Hello again. So I'm just doing a really quick video as sort of a segue into probably the next longer one I'm going to do. And I just wanted to quickly address the difference between an overt narcissist and a covert narcissist. So in my previous video, I talked about malignant narcissism. And a malignant narcissist is the example of what an overt narcissist would be. So they're a lot easier to spot because they're very obvious. Generally, they're loud, they're boisterous, they're grandiose, they're me, me, me. They can be really unpleasant to be around. They can also be charming at times, but lose it pretty quickly. So the overt is exactly what it sounds like. It's out there. You can see it. The coverts are trickier. And the coverts can be divided up into, there's different types of covert narcissists, which I will get into in a longer video, but just wanted to just, in the general sense, a covert narcissist, they're harder to spot and they're, what would be called more passive aggressive. So in other words, rather than outwardly insult you, which sometimes they could do, especially in private, they might do things like roll their eyes, be a bit sarcastic, tear you down in smaller ways, like, are you really going to wear that? Or, oh, that's really great. Like it's just very nitpicky. And they get more inside your head. So sometimes you may not recognize it right away. And the hardest thing is if you are perhaps you have parents and one might be overt, one might be covert. The covert will look really good in comparison to the more overt, because if the overt narcissist is extremely abusive and really out there and the covert is a bit sneakier and quieter, then they might end up looking better in comparison. So sometimes it can take years to figure that out, that the other one was also a narcissist. The difference too could be that an overt, it tends to be more on the extroverted side, and a covert tends to be more on the introverted side. And of course, there are lots of people that are introverts that are certainly not covert narcissists, just that there are lots of people that are extroverts that are. So this is just a whole other thing that's also part of the trait. So there are narcissists, and it's nothing to do with necessarily extroversion or introversion. Those are just neutral things. None is better or worse, but that is the way that they would express themselves. That's what they lean towards. So the overt is much more out there. The covert tends to be usually a bit on the quieter side. The best word I can think of is they're more sneaky. They're covert. If you think of what covert means, it means hidden. It means, it's the little things that you don't always see. So that is really just the general idea of what covert versus overt means. And I will do a longer video very soon about the different types of covert narcissists. One thing I did want to add is that one of the things why it's sometimes harder to spot a covert narcissist is that they can come off very victim-like, and sometimes you'll end up feeling sorry for them. But remember, that's just part of the manipulation. So again, we're not talking about someone who generally is in pain and is having a really rough time. We're talking about someone who manages to make everything about them. So an example might be, I'm having a really rough day and I can't make it tonight. And I'll be like, but what? Like, now I have nothing to do. Like, oh no, like poor me. So basically, or, I can't drive you to where you wanted to go because there's been an emergency. Oh, how am I going to get there now? So it's this, they managed to twist everything around, so it's always about them. So I hope that gives you at least a bit of an overview of the difference between overt and covert narcissists, and stay tuned because there's a lot more to come. If you like this video, please give me the like, press that like button, little thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe because I want to keep churning out more content. I think this is really important stuff. I really enjoy doing these videos. I want to share them with as many people as possible. So yeah, I hope that this was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.